Your color grading is actively disrespecting your footage. Stop trying to turn trash into gold, because grading is a multiplier, not a miracle. If you're new here, I'm Giuseppe. I started off as a broke videographer who used to hustle music videos for 50 bucks. And through the years, I essentially fell in love with color grading and eventually became a full-time remote colorist. I've graded music videos, commercial projects, narrative films for clients across Europe and the US. And I teach exactly what I wish somebody told me when I started my journey. No fluff, no fake tutorials. So let's go back in time. I remember I'd shoot footage and I would go on about grading like this. I had like a few LUTs downloaded, like the free LUTs that YouTubers try to get you to download so that they can get your email. So I had like a couple of those, and I had those LUTs, and I tried to, every time I needed to grade a video, I tried to select the one that broke my footage the least when compared to the others, because they were all breaking my footage. But let's get past that. So I remember I slapped on LUTs, and I used to pray that it looked cinematic, quote unquote cinematic. And 99% of the time, it just didn't. My footage was trash. And grading that trash only made it look like shiny trash, not a $1 million movie. And I still see the same story every day. Beginner videographers thinking that grading will just fix everything. Now let's go deeper. I'll let you in on a little secret. There's basically two types of people. There's the preset pirate, who's the guy that basically gets a LUT, just like I told you, slaps it on top of their footage and calls it a day. Maybe he adjusts contrast. Maybe if you're like an evolved preset pirate, maybe you're just gonna give it a tint and maybe adjust contrast and exposure, maybe feel like an actual colorist, but you're still a preset pirate. And then there's the color kings. Now the color kings, they don't just slap a LUT on top of their footage and hope for the best. Color kings know very well that the best grades are most of the time invisible. Nobody should notice that you colored it. If you notice the grade, you probably overdid, or you're covering up bad footage. Stop thinking about color grading as a magic eraser, because grading is more like a magnifier. Whatever you feed to it, it gets amplified. I always say this, grading is a multiplier. If your source is bad, your final look will just look like a more expensive mistake. I always say this and everybody goes crazy and they don't understand me, but I'll say it again. If your footage looks bad, if what you shot was trash and you color grade it, it will just look like a more expensive mistake, and that's it. Trash, shiny trash, that's it. And people then usually start nodding and saying, yeah, I guess you're kind of right when I say that the best color grading is actually invisible. I mean, look at your favorite movies. Look at the way they're shot, the way they're lit, and the way they're graded. I mean, do you actually notice tint on a movie? Do you actually notice weird things in a movie? I mean, I guess you've seen those videos about the power of grading and everything looks plastic and fake and it all fucking sucks, honestly. You've seen them. Now, tell me, does it look like a movie? Does that look like a movie? That's just an Instagram filter, man. Yeah, of course you went into DaVinci and you actually, adjusted some sliders, but that's still a fucking Instagram filter. You're just doing it for the likes. Right here, I'm not talking about likes and shit like that. Right here, we're becoming color kings. We actually want to grade and we want to do it how it's supposed to be done. Not how these fucking preset pirates are doing it. You want to become a color king, but you're just asking me, Giuseppe, how the fuck do I know that? I mean, you're talking about concepts, yeah. But how? I'm lacking the how. How do I know when I'm doing it right? How do I know if I'm doing things right? And how do I know if I'm doing things wrong? And I'll explain that to you real quick. The trick is this. You need to make it look intentional, not artificial or forced. You need to make people feel the story, not the grade. The grade needs to be felt, but you shouldn't be watching something, obsessing over the grade. That's not what grading is all about. Because grading is an art, but it doesn't exist in and of itself. I mean, you grade something, you don't grade nothing. It can't exist in that sense. So it's not something that should get attention. It's something that should support what's already there. Remember, you're not here to show off your no trees. You're here to respect your footage. Practically, start shooting with intention. Light your scenes, expose right, get your skin tones in check before you even get to post-production. And then you won't have trash anymore. You'll have good looking footage. And then you'll be able to enhance that with grading. You won't just be fixing mistakes at that point. If you're struggling, ask yourself, am I fixing mistakes and trying to make trash look like shiny trash? Or am I actually building on good material? And you don't even realize how dangerous this is. You don't realize how dangerous this is. Do you know why that's such a powerful question? This single question may be one of the best ones I ever asked myself. It allowed me to break free from the bad habits I was developing. Because when you get used to fixing trash in post, you start to develop the thinking of somebody that just overdoes what they're supposed to do. Does that make sense? I'm gonna tell you a story, and I wasn't actually sure I was gonna talk about it on this YouTube channel, but fuck it. Since we're already talking about no bullshit and no fluff, I might just go ahead and tell you. So there was this client, very big big opportunity for me. And I remember they basically needed to get a commercial graded. Big brand. I'm telling you, big fucking brand. And I was their colorist of choice. They sent me the footage and it was shot properly, but the reference they gave me, it just had a little different colors, you know, so it wasn't really the same thing that they had shot. Now, I wouldn't say I was still an amateur, but up until that point, I had never come across somebody that, just as I've told you this now, to ask yourself, am I trying to make trash look like shiny trash, or am I working on good footage? Since I had never come across somebody like me for you today, I developed those bad habits of overcompensating when color grading. And so the story goes that I didn't realize, like, the reference wasn't exactly the best for the kind of footage they had. And I tried to invent that same palette from zero by just pushing everything to its maximum. And it looked so bad. It looked so bad. I mean, if I showed it to you, some of you would probably go, it's fine. I mean, it's similar to what you would see on Instagram. But I'm just telling you, man, real pros, we know what's up. And eventually, like, I lost that client. The producer called me that day and he straight up asked me, Giuseppe, what the fuck is it that you just sent us? I'm not kidding. I know it sounds weird. Like, why would somebody talk to you like that? I'm telling you, it was so fucking outrageous, man. That's such a bad experience. It was one of those that really made me question, like, could I ever be a good enough colorist? And I don't want to spend too much time talking about it here, but that was one of those experiences that really hit my self-esteem for a long time. And I'm telling you, I lost at least a year of progression because of that. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. If you just grade because you want to make everything look shiny without intention, without asking yourself what you're seeing should make the audience feel like, you'll just be grading to make a fucking Instagram filter, man. That's just the reality. I'm being real with you. When I grade something, I always ask myself, what do I want my audience to feel? And then you go. You don't just try to make everything pop. You don't try to max out your scopes. You don't try to get the skin tones exactly where people told you that they should sit. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit, man. Don't listen to that advice, because that is what will make you actually lose clients. Trust me, take it from somebody who's done it. If you're getting value from this advice, know this. I'm building my own paid program. It's gonna have everything you need. Practice footage, live Q&As, real feedback, a community, and all the lessons I wish I had when I started. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a ridiculous offer for the value inside. I mean, if you like what I'm giving you for free, just imagine how mind-blowing what I'll be giving to you inside will be. So yeah, subscribe if you want more no bullshit advice like this. God bless you.